What's going on, everyone? I have got a very cool custom knife to talk about today. This is a Homer knife from Homer Zhao Hero. And they come in a kind of a cool case. It's just kind of a plastic, it's not really a Pelican type case, but it is, a hard plastic case. And this was loaned in from my buddy Cliff up in Alaska. And I've had another Homer Zhao knife in before too from Alex over at the Knife Box channel. His was the T-Rex, I believe it was. And this one I like better because it's just a bit bigger and more my size. It's still rather small, but it's right about at my lower limit, if you will. These are all custom made. And let's just zoom in. We'll get to the specs here in a minute. Let me get this box out of the way. But super cool titanium scales, titanium backspacer. It's not an integral, but it almost looks like it. I mean, it's very cool. And you cannot feel that backspacer seam at all. I mean, the machining and the finish work is just amazing. Okay, it's a VG10 steel with a rock chip type pattern sculpting along the side. What's interesting is this is a lockback, and I don't really usually like lockbacks, but this one is super cool, and we'll get into all the details about that. Cool pocket clip that works amazingly well. No markings on the blade whatsoever. Just a very cool knife, and I'm super glad that Cliff sent this one in. Now, in the unboxing, this one did bite me just a little nibble because it's a lockback that runs on ceramic bearings. That's right, a lockback on ceramic bearings. Crazy cool. Okay, so let's dive into the specs. 4.5 inches closed. 7 3/4 overall. It fires fine. It just, it's not a flipper. It's not a, you got to give it a little bit of wrist. You got to, Spidey flick. I'm not even going to try because I kind of suck at the Spidey flick. You get the idea. The action is super great. Probably much more of just a rollout type of action for most, but it works great and it sounds pretty cool too. So the blade is 3.45 inches with a 3.02 cutting edge. It is VG10 steel, 0.154 blade thickness, overall thickness of 0.559, excluding the clip as always. And it weighs in at 6 ounces. So it's not light, but it's not heavy. Now to put that in perspective, your D-cell battery is 5 ounces. And a AA battery, as I'm just thinking about it now, put that on the scale, is 0.8 ounces. So with the 2 batteries, you're at just about 6 ounces. Which, yeah. But just to kind of put it in perspective, I know we do size comparisons, but I can't really do a weight comparison, so to speak, right? I mean, if I tell you this other knife is 4 ounces versus, I don't know. So the D battery is 5 ounces, and you can see kind of next to the D battery, the size comparison there. So these are all custom made by Homer himself. He's done designs for other companies in the past, and he, in 2018, started making knives on his own, custom knives at an affordable price. What's affordable? This was $600. Well, I don't know what Cliff paid. They're $600, but everywhere I saw today as I looked, they're really marked down in that $399, $350 range, even on Homer's site. They have them marked down. So I don't know if there's any available necessarily. I think those might have been older pricing. But down inside, they are all numbered. I don't know if I'll be able to show it here. There you go. Homer's out. This is number 46. So that's a cool touch when things are numbered. It feels great in the hand. Now, I would prefer, if I were to order one of these or get one, I would like some jimping right up here for my thumb. I mean, when you lock in, you're good, but I just feel like there should be some jimping there because my thumb wants to kind of ride off. So because I feel like it should be there, I kind of want some jimping there, if that makes sense. I don't know that you need it, but mentally, I think it should be there. It's all titanium hardware. I like the kind of the dark stonewash that he did on the blade, and that carries through to the lock back bar, whatever. I don't know. I think this one's really cool. I didn't love the T-Rex, but this one, I'm kind of digging it. So let's do a couple of quick size comparisons, just as we normally do with the Sharpie. We already did with the batteries. I didn't bring an Oreo cookie with me today, so I don't have that. That was the Spyderco Delica. The Hellraiser P-Series. Do I even need to say what this one is anymore? I think you guys get it. Like, if you didn't know, I really kind of like this knife. So much so that I bought it in automatic also. And in Damasteel back here on the back shelf. And with a manually operated black blade over here. Yeah, and there's a few more maybe on the way. So I have a bit of a problem. Okay, but hey, what are you going to do? Here it is next to the FW3A flashlight. The Cerakoted Donut Sprinkle Olight triple A battery, the i3T. I always get those confused. And then the i5T is the double A version in Timascus. So there you go. That about covers it. I think this is a super cool knife. I like the pattern in the blade and in the scales. And no two are alike because they are all custom. I think that's awesome. And I'm glad I got to check this out. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one because this is a very cool knife. I love everything about it. So other than lockback's not my favorite thing, but it does make the scales super clean, right? I mean, if you compare it next to a liner frame lock, it is cleaner. There's no question. But you get that same look, that clean look from a liner lock. So there's a lot of ways to skin the cat, and lockback is kind of my least favorite style of lock. Although I don't really like the Spyderco compression lock either. Because this is more of a two-hander, or be careful because you know that it flies shut. So, but other than the lockback part, I love it. So there you go. Thanks, guys. Have yourselves a fantastic day, and please come back tomorrow. There will be more good stuff. Thanks all.